Good morning everyone, hope you're all doing well. It is currently 6:40 a.m. We got up at 6 today. I couldn't record it because everyone else was sleeping, didn't want to make too much noise. But it's currently 6:40. We are going to make our way to the gym. Currently I'm in a position on USD JPY. As you lot already know if you follow me on Instagram, we were short on UJ yesterday and we were long on EU. We closed off EU at a nice 11R, so if you lot don't follow my Instagram, definitely do check that out. But currently we are in this position right now. Let me just flip my camera over and try to focus it. So as you can see, we took a sell position. That was the entry right here. There we go. And right now it is running in about 5R profit. So we're gonna see how that trade treats us today. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the current position that I'm in. And don't worry, by the end of the video when I head back to the office, I'll do a quick breakdown on why I entered USD JPY. But if you already follow me on Instagram, you would have saw why I entered and the breakdown and the proof that it was sent to the team on the Sunday market forecast that I do with them weekly. But yeah, let's start heading to the gym and then I'll talk to you guys from there. Alright, and now we made it to the gym. It is currently, it's freezing. It's currently 7 a.m. Gonna go for a light cardio session on the treadmill, do a 2k run, not run, jog, and then I'm gonna do some arms, so I'll see you lot there. Got done with a quick gym session, had a light jog on the treadmill. Of course I couldn't bring my camera in, so I took a little video on my phone. And I did the same thing for the pool. I'm not going to bring in my camera, I'm going to be recording my phone. Hope the quality is not that much different. I'm back in my car. I had a great session in the gym, had a nice relaxing session in the But anyways, now that I'm in my car, let me update you guys on USD JPY right now. As you can see, that was our entry. Price was right here when we woke up, and right now it's still continuing in our direction we wanted to head towards. It's running about 7 hours, looking to take partials, potentially even close the position at this area of demand right here. But if it impulsively pulls and breaks through this region, I'm just going to hold it down to these equal lows. And now we're going to start making our way to school, and I will show you guys what's going to happen later on. So now I have finished school and I'm currently in my car on my way home. Just going to quickly get changed, grab some food, and then make my way to the office. But I thought I'd quickly update you guys right now on USD JPY. As you can see, I did end up taking profit at that area I was talking about, the area of demand that we had right here. Price melted very nicely. We closed the trade at 8 hours. So it was very nice trade. Good entry, clean exit, and EU as well. I'm going to break down both of them for you guys, but I already pulled out of EU yesterday at around 11 hours. But as you can see, it did end up coming to my final TP. So my students actually ended up closing at this point. I closed up a bit before because I was satisfied with the returns, but look how clean this trade was. Beautiful entry and a beautiful exit. All right, and now we're back at the office, and you don't know what time it is. It's time to break down the two trades that I took on Monday, and it was EU and UJ. If you already follow me on Instagram, you'd have known that. But let's get straight into it. I'm going to go through EU. Actually, before I break down EU, I'm going to show you guys a clip of the recording of the before to show you guys some proof for you lot wafflers that say I trade replay and some shit like that. So anyways, here's the before clip. And a pullback into this level of demand. And as you can see, it already started to reject this point. Of course, I didn't get in for any entries, otherwise I would have told you guys. But I will be monitoring it, as if price does break this high right here, I would see if I can get a confirmation entry to long into this point of supply that we have sitting right here. All right, so now that you lot saw that, let's get started into the breakdown. First things first is that I identified that there was this change of character right here that took place on the 30-minute time frame. Once I identified that there was a change of character right here, I started to look for potential areas where EU could long into. Alright, and the first area that came into mind was this level of supply right here. Why? It was left unmitigated. 2, we had that imbalance right after it that was left unfilled. So once we had that change of character and price pulled back and mitigated this level of demand, I started to look for areas where it could potentially retrace into, and this was the area that I wanted it to pull back into. As you lot saw in the recording, that's the area that I was keeping an eye out for. But I didn't manage to get an entry here because I wasn't monitoring EU at that time. I was monitoring EU when price was about at this point right here, if you lot saw on the recording. So what I said in the video was I'll be waiting for price to break this high before looking for long opportunities to scale in to long into this area of supply. So now that that high was broken, I started to identify my areas of interest. And the first point that came into my eye was this area right here on the 30-minute. Very, very clean sell to buy candle that was left unmitigated, and some imbalances here that was left unfilled. So as you can see, once price broke that high, it pulled back very nicely, filling in that imbalance and mitigating this level of demand. Once this level got mitigated, we got in for some longs, had our stop loss at the wick of that sell candle. And as you can see, price almost did take us out. However, it was only a wick, and then it rejected very nicely and impulsively moved into our area of supply. And that's all there was to it. Very, very, very textbook setup. We got in a reconfirmation, not just a confirmation, because our confirmation entry would have been at this point right here. We had that change of character, wait for the pullback into the demand, and we should have went long from here. That's a confirmation entry. A reconfirmation entry is you wait for a further break to further confirm the trend, the new trend that is going to set. And then as you can see, we had that change of character, and then another break of the high. Once we got that other break of the high, we got in at that fresh level of demand and longed it into this point of supply. I already pulled out at 11 hours because it was a Monday. I didn't want to ask too much from the markets, so I pulled out and secured at 11 hours. But some of my students ended up holding up into this level of supply on the 30-minute, and that's all there was to EU. Now let's go through USD JPY. A 4-hour candle, a change of character, a break of that low, a pullback would be nice to fill in this inefficiency, and a mitigation at this level of supply would be very nice. Very, very textbook setup. Again, this was of the 1 hour level of supply. Okay, first things first. You lot already know I personally don't trade re-mitigated zones. So once a zone is already mitigated once, I wouldn't enter again unless a confirmation entry is presented. So as you can see, we had that level of supply right here that price rejected and mitigated already. However, price pulled back into that same level of supply but showed some very, very nice rejections. So therefore, I started to wait for a confirmation entry. Once price broke that low, that's when I was interested in this pair. Once that low was broken and this further low was broken, and I identified that there were some imbalances here that needed to be filled and some unmitigated levels of supply that also needs to be mitigated, this is where I wanted to get in at my confirmation entry. Once price had that change of character right here, I identified this level of supply on the 1 hour. As you can see, it's a very, very nice indecision candle, minimal body, maximum wicks. Okay, so I marked out that area right here. As you can see, we got that pullback very nicely into this point. Price mitigated the wick of that level of supply. Stop loss at the wick of that supply. And as you can see, price sold off very nicely into this very nice level of demand right here. And we secured a very nice 8 risk to reward. And that's literally it. That's all there was to this trade. I was initially targeting this area right here. However, because I already made a lot of profit for the week, now the rest of the days I'm just going to take it quite easy. Probably not even going to trade for tomorrow or the day after if I don't see something too good. I already secured the trades right now. I'm satisfied with the returns, so I'm going to ease off for the week. But once price came into this level of demand, I just closed it, secured that profit because I'm happy with the returns. But my TP2 was those lows right here because of that liquidity that was built up. We got that equal lows right here, that double bottom that could potentially be liquidated. And we do have some further imbalances here that could have been filled. So we could have had a TP here and some TP here. Also, we can see that little imbalance and that unmitigated levels of demand right here. Okay, but that's all there was to UJ. Again, it was a re-mitigated zone, but we got that in our confirmation entry. This low was broken. Once this low was broken, We identified that there were some imbalances that needed filling in and some areas of supply that needed to be mitigated. We patiently waited for that, got in for sales at the supply on the 1 hour, and sold it down into this level of demand and secured a very nice 8 risk to reward. And you lot would have already seen that beforehand on my Instagram, because I did share that on Instagram as well. So if you don't already follow me, definitely check that out, because you would have already been up to date with this stuff. Everything I show on YouTube already has happened, so you don't really get too much value. Or you do get a lot of value, but you don't see it beforehand. I usually talk about these trades, the date and the exact moment that they happen. Okay, but that was UJ. And that's pretty much it. Hope you lot enjoyed this little breakdown. Hope you lot enjoyed this little day in the life vlog. Hope you lot are enjoying these type of videos, and I will try to do them more often. But yeah, if you guys do have any questions, drop it down in the comment section below. My DMs are getting flooded, guys. My reply time is really slow. There's a lot of you that are still I haven't opened you lots of messages yet, but I'll try to get back to you guys. But anyways, have a great weekend. Have a great rest of the week and take care.